Happy Valentine's Day.
In this video, we're going to cover off if we thought Escape PJ was worth it, but also make sure to watch to the very end because, as always, we're going to cover off why it may not be worth it for everyone. If you're discovering us for the first time, we're a digital nomad family having all kinds of adventures in Southeast Asia. And if you want to catch more videos on traveling as a family, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So you're here in Kuala Lumpur and you're potentially looking at something a little bit more adventurous than temples to experience. Or maybe you're just wanting to burn off all that extra awesome food you've been eating since you got here. So for context, we are a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children, and our children are 6 and 8 years old, and we went to the Escape in Petaling Jaya on a weekday afternoon. So was the visit to Escape worth it? For us, it was for sure. But that's just mainly because our kids were old enough to experience most of its features and we enjoy challenging ourselves and are quite adventurous in nature. Let me paint the picture for you. You turn up at yet another mall because let's face it, all the entertainment seems to be inside of malls because A, it's hot and humid outside, and B, it rains a lot. So once you get to the Paradigm Mall, you start looking for Escape and you find this little kiosk with double doors that lead out to what look like quite a small section of the mall. However, once you scan your face and you walk through those doors, you look up, you look left and you look right and you realize there's a hell of a lot more obstacle courses here than you thought. Now, I want to qualify. This place is not cheap. It's about $70 US for a family of 4, but in my opinion, you get some serious bang for buck for your money here, considering we were here for 5 hours. And we could have stayed all day if we got here earlier. And you can come and go as you please, and you're not forced to buy food or drinks at Escape. For instance, we zipped out to get a drink from 7-Eleven, whereas most places will force you to pay their prices for food and drink, and I consider this a big plus. When you get in, you've got the option to hire lockers, which by the way are some of the cheapest we've come across, especially compared to the likes of Sunway Lagoon. So you throw all your belongings in there and you just take your water, your phone and your camera with you. By this time, the kids had already found the drift bikes to ride on and were off in their own world.
Right, that was obviously just the warm up for what I feel is going to be a very sweaty few hours on the old bikes.
We managed to stop them for a couple of seconds and we convinced them that it was time to try the monkey business to get them used to the obstacles above. The monkey business is a short course that's just about 30 to 50 centimeters off the ground and is enough for the kids to realize they need a harness and how to hold on and balance and move through the obstacles.
This feeling.
Yay!
How was it?
That was good.
Good practice?
Yeah.
Once the kids finished the monkey business, it was time to get strapped in for the main obstacle courses. There was a short demonstration of the cable traveller and carabiner that you need to be responsible for, and then we were on our way upstairs. There are 3 levels to choose from with 3 obstacles on each level, making a total of 9. From what I've heard, the 3rd level obstacles are a real challenge, with one of the workers mentioning they only see a few people a day finishing. And on the ground level, there's bungee trampolines, a falling pillow, a ninja warrior course, drifting bikes, trapeze area, slingshots, and a viewing area of the banana slide and the drop-off.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Speaking of the banana slide and drop-off, there are 2 more levels above level 3 which are reserved for them. Unfortunately, you have to be over the age of 13 to access them. The highest obstacle, which is the drop-off, is a whopping 20 meters off the ground.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh shit! Guys, seriously, this Atans leap was probably one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life.
My heart is still racing, like my hands were shaking. He said to me at the top, he's like, I've got to step off. I was like, I know I've got to step off, but my legs aren't doing it.
That was something else. Awesome, but super scary.
So let's talk safety. I actually felt super safe at the Escape. The equipment looked quite new and the instructors went out of their way to make sure we understood how the safety equipment worked. And this was made easier because all of the English was really good too. Also, make sure you don't plan to come on a Wednesday as the whole place is shut down for maintenance, which is reassuring. Now, I can't speak to this as I have no experience with the equipment, but one of the comments on the video I made of our day there, which you can find in the card above, the gentleman mentioned that he thought the way the safety lines were near the kid's neck when they were on some obstacles was very unsafe. This could be the case, and if you have concerns, watch my video and make the call for yourself if you want to go. I'm not gonna lie, we all, kids included, had an absolute blast at Escape. To be fair, level 2 was probably the limit for our boys, so that's where we stopped. But there was still lots they could do, and that's what I really love about this place. There is literally things for everyone. Young and old, everyone can have a good time. Now, do I think there will be people out there that may not get the full value out of their day at Escape? Of course. I have been reading reviews in the making of this video and I've read a lot of negative comments about going on the weekends, especially during school holidays, as the place is packed and the wait times for the obstacles get really long. I want to qualify that we went during the week and we were literally the only ones there, which made our experience better as we could tackle everything at our own pace without waiting. Plus there was lots of employees standing around ready to help. People who are afraid of heights, unfortunately, there's a handful of things that you will be able to do that are on the ground. And I think if you only did those, you would be done in an hour or two, which makes it a pretty expensive day out. Also, if you're not physically active, I think you're gonna have a hard time with some of the more difficult stuff. I actually think almost everyone could do the first level, but I would not recommend tackling the harder levels if you're not in reasonable shape. Even for us, who are quite fit and healthy, level 2 and 3 were quite a challenge. I also think parents with very young children, say under 4 years old, may not enjoy themselves as much. The reason for that is, while there are things for an under 4-year-old to do at Escape, you as the parents may not enjoy them. And my question is, what are you going to do with the kids when you tackle the bigger stuff? I think that's why we had so much fun at Escape, because we tackled a lot of the place as a family together. And as a parents, we got a huge amount of enjoyed seeing our kids persevere through hardship and challenge.
Good job.
Also, if you find that you worry and stress about your kids getting injured during something adventurous, then this place may not be for you. It's dangerous. They've done a lot to mitigate the risk, but it's still dangerous. I personally think that it's important for kids to experience risk and danger in a safe manner as a child to help them grow into healthy adults, but I understand not every parent will agree with me, so you need to make a call on that. So that's it. Have you been to Escape PJ? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my observations? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you have any suggestions on where our family or families like us should visit next, make sure to leave those in the comments as well. So I'm Jimmy.
And Liam. And Riley.
I'm Pauline.
And we'll catch us all
on the horizon.